And welcome back to Tales of Symphonia. We are going to be going and beating Volt, whatever his name is. And hopefully we don't get any seizures, because we were talking about a little bit of Electric Soldier Porygon at the end of the last video, and we all just watched that 5-second clip, and oh goodness!
My eyes actually still kind of hurt. I don't know if it's like... I don't know what the term would be. It's slipping my mind, almost as if I'm inducing it myself,
right,
because I feel like it would hurt, but my eyes actually kind of hurt after only looking at it for 3 seconds.
I was gonna say, I wouldn't say it was that bad for me. I even watched it twice in a row, just because it's like, I was that surprised that they let it go.
It's nothing but it's an entire full screen of red and an entire full screen of blue just flashing on and off, on and off, on and off, like that.
Yeah, like I'm even watching it one more time, and it's like, there's exactly nothing but that. As we were talking about in between, though, I will fully admit that excitement music as the game gets out of a precarious situation for Pokemon brings back such fond memories of the Pokemon anime. And then I watched it recently because it's on Netflix, and don't watch it. Just
as in the newer or the old?
The old.
Some things don't age as well.
Sadly.
When you remember back.
I'm wondering if that would change if I watched the Japanese version.
Maybe. There was some stuff that they cut, but I think most of it is either stuff that we would find offensive or, like most things with localization, it's...
I more so meant the voices.
Oh, yeah, you don't like the voices?
I'm trying to... I don't know. I like them because I grew up with them, but I don't know if they're good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's this thing that I'm used to. Oh, by the way, this part pissed me off. How you had to break the blocks with the yellow ones, but then to get the item behind it, you had to... Okay, so basically I should explain this part real quickly. There's 3 different types of electricity. You have to go through the entire tower to get all of them. There's blue, there's yellow, and there's red. In order to get into this room, you had to break the yellow blocks, but in order to actually get the item that's up there, you have to break the red blocks.
And how do you get different kinds of... do you have to switch it?
Yeah, you just have to switch it. The higher you go up the tower, the different colors you get. At this point, we should have all 3. So yeah, there you go. There's the red one. We didn't really talk about that last episode, but yeah. Speaking of red and blue, by the way, back to Electric Soldier Porygon. It's, yeah. I'm just gonna look over this real quickly, and it's like, let's see. I think it was 600 kids had seizures?
650.
And people that didn't even have epilepsy got headaches.
Yeah.
Like, really bad ones, and I don't blame them, because that is... Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, as you said, they had to take a 4-month hiatus as they looked into everything for that, just because of how big an epidemic it was. And that's only, like the reported stuff. There may have been other people that happened to have had headaches, but like, it's just been a long day.
Just... I don't know, never mind.
What were you gonna say?
I was trying to find a good punchline, but I couldn't think of one, so I just abandoned it.
Alright. Well, let's see. Pardon me? Yeah, it's like... I don't know, that... We were talking about how could they let that just get past, and it's like... I've never... Like, whenever they say that there's an epilepsy warning coming up, I've never really believed it, because it's always been bad. That was bad. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, if that didn't trigger it, I don't know what else was going to if you had epilepsy.
Unless, not necessarily. I was gonna say, if somebody was trying to trigger epilepsy, it would be a whole lot worse. But I don't think they were, actively trying.
No, they were actively trying, but if that didn't trigger it, then I don't know what was going to.
Right.
Because that hurts standard people's eyes.
Right.
I think even at the moment, my eyes are still kind of achy for some reason.
Right. I don't think I had a gold slime. Otherwise, I'm not sure. Oh, I wanted to show the summon. Because, I think I've said this before, the summons are particularly rare because you have to hit into overtime, and overtime as of itself is particularly rare. So I just figured I'd show off that one.
Yeah, it did look pretty cool.
Yeah,
almost like she was summoning a persona or a stand or something.
Yeah, exactly. Stand to Platinum. But yeah, were we finished talking about Far Cry 5?
I think we just
Yeah, so we have. There is some good news though about Ubisoft's the latest thing is that apparently one of the allies that you can recruit is actually a priest.
That's true.
So,
And he's potentially Catholic because he was holding a rosary and
Rosary
he was
beads,
wearing
yeah.
a cassock. So either he's Church of England, High Lutheran, or Catholic. Which either way, hey, it's kind of there.
better than nothing.
I was gonna say, if it's Catholic, it's there. If it's not Catholic, it's kind of there.
At the very least, it establishes, hey, there are actual good Christians who are fighting the bad Christians.
By the way,
Actually, they're
Not even bad Christians. Remember,
Yeah,
just
I
fighting
misspoke.
crazy,
They're not even really Christians.
Right.
They're cultists.
By the way,
crazy survival
why-
cultists. Yeah.
Sorry, just because we have plot going on. Why can Rain translate giant floating electric summon monster that doesn't exist anywhere in the world except for here?
There's probably a trope for that, and I will look that up. My guess is it's like a Rosetta Stone.
Probably, yeah. I was just thinking because it's like I don't even know if it's saying anything at the moment.
Mythos is broken, but he no longer desires a pact.
Oh yeah, by the way, Volt kind of freaks out and tries to kill everybody in a second. That was kind of hinted at, though, due to the fact that, you know, it happened before.
Therefore, I desire no pact.
No!
We don't need a cleavage shot, though.
Sheena, be careful!
Sorry, it's cutscenes. We're all kind of being quiet at the moment. And no, Volt loses his crap and just electrocutes everybody.
Doesn't even look that scary.
Nah.
It looks like a bunch of static electricity.
It does, but at the same time, you know, electricity hurts.
Don't make me rub my socks on the carpet and zap you.
Ugh, as much as I hate Family Guy, that makes me think of that one Family Guy skit.
Corinne!
Where Peter's going around in that onesie and just shocks everybody.
Oh, that was on, I think Ed and Eddie did it better, where he
Did it?
did it for like a minute straight, and so that when he did touch something, it
Get a hold of yourself!
it surged the power, and all the power in the neighborhood went out.
Oh,
Like it literally blew up the house when he hit
I
something.
might have to check that out then. I never liked Ed and Eddie much growing up, but I actually really liked the movie, which was really weird, I guess.
Yeah, because the movie was like everything in that's Terror Strong, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Sorry, I'm not. I shouldn't be laughing that it died.
I mean, I
But
don't think this is the most appropriate conversation when something just died.
Yeah. The way it flopped like a fish is what did it for me, I'm sorry. By the way, I don't believe this. If Lloyd still had his wooden swords, sure. I could believe the fact that he's deflecting the shots. But he's using metal swords.
Well, if it was made out of wood, it would just catch fire.
Well, at least he could throw it at Volt then if it caught fire. By the way, going into this, I totally forgot to unequip somebody's weapon. I don't know whose at the moment. I'm gonna guess it's Sheena's. So basically, we're gonna be healing Volt every now and then, but he's such a pushover. Like, Volt is such a pushover. But I still need to get everybody set up. Welcome to the most boring part of the boss fight, the setup. Did you say you were looking you were looking up a trope, weren't you, John?
Yeah, I think it was called Omniglot or something like that, where they just kind of, hey, I know Japanese and I've only been here for like an hour.
Did Persona 5 do that, by the way? Because I know they go to Hawaii, right?
No, that's actually a joke they make, because An is like a quarter American, so she knows English, but nobody else does.
Oh, okay.
So, like, Ryuji tries to make conversation with the desk clerk, but he's like, hi, meet you, nice to meet you, I am Japanese.
You know, look, I think the funniest thing about that is most of the people Persona 5 don't look Japanese.
Yeah, I guess it's how the art style is.
I think it's the art style, because it's like...
Being Persona 2, and one of the characters is literally fully Caucasian. Her dad is an American, but he liked Japan so much that he applied for citizenship, and he's like, he dresses in some ceremonial stuff, he listens to ceremonial music, he wants his American daughter to be a traditional Japanese woman. But like,
Whatever.
because she's Caucasian, everyone assumes that she speaks English, but she doesn't.
Right.
She speaks Cantonese for some reason, even though she's Caucasian, but she speaks Japanese. It's so weird, but I don't know.
Sounds
She's
like
my favorite character.
sounds like an Atlas game.
I mean, she just, at random times, she'll say, random
Right.
Cantonese phrases.
I mean, to give Persona credit, at least it's not like another Atlas published game. Conception. Sorry, the reason I bring that up is so you have to make star babies, and as you go into it's exactly as it sounds. Yeah, it's not actual sex, but it looks. It looks
not actual sex.
Basically, all you have to do is hold hands, but it looks like sex during the. Because of course there's a cutscene. Of course there is. And then the other thing is, eventually they find out. They eventually start trying to do males as male to male as well, of course, because.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Japan. Why not?
To quote John Tron, I suppose, who asked for this? Did you
Yeah.
ask for this? Because I didn't ask for this.
Pretty much.
Volt says,
I
I
mean,
don't think anyone asked for this.
yeah. I
never asked for this.
I never asked for
for the
this.
sake of everyone,
Rah.
lives to protect me. And for Corinne's sake as well. I want to save
Corin, you're dead. Get out of here. What are you doing here? All right. Good.
Oh, is it? Okay. Is it Ghost?
This was a spooky ghost.
The vow has been made. I
I am
the
Belle.
power to
Yeah,
Well,
pretty
we're tied.
much.
She-
We're a happy family.
Yeah. Even though you just tried to kill me.
Or I love that part from the Haim Daisy comic from it's the very early part of Persona 4. It's thou art there, thou stick your hand in the TV, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Pretty much.
Raiden, turn off the console now. You've been playing a while.
over.
No, I was gonna say.
That's
I,
Nintendo, isn't it?
I was gonna say. I don't think Michael actually purchased. You haven't. Have we talked much to you about Persona, Michael?
Not a whole lot. I
Yeah.
know like bits and pieces.
Bits and
I know
pieces,
it's extremely well received, and
Yeah.
that they're very good games, and they take forever
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
to play.
They're long.
Wait.
Well, 4 was only about 60 hours,
The
but
two
3,
opposing forces
along with the
began
epilogue, took 120, at least for me.
just now?
5 took 111, I think, for me. I don't know how long Innocent Sin or Eternal Punishment are, but I don't want to look it up because I want everything to be a surprise, because I have absolutely nothing spoiled so
Hold
far.
on.
So.
How long to beat Persona?
No, I don't want to know, though.
You don't know how long it takes. That's all.
I do not want to, because
Okay.
then if I look at the progress, I'll be like, oh no, I'm getting close to the end. Though I think this one actually does have Hitler in it, because one of the characters said, "Are you servants of the Fuhrer?" Never mind, and I walked away. I was like, oh great, this is that one.
Speaking of Atlas, by the way, which one was that one again that had that was an Atlas game featuring Dante?
Oh, I can't remember, but it was the one that said featuring Dante from Devil May
Yeah.
Cry.
So there's a joke, by the way, Michael. You've probably seen it. Basically featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry. Shimigami Tensei, Lucifer's Call, by the way.
Competing for each other's mana.
Who
Yeah,
makes a
they-
game that Lucifer's Call? What?
Well, it's because a lot of the mythos in Shimigami Tensei is religious
Yeah.
mythology kind of based, so they'll take figures, again, from the Abrahamic religions, but as well as the Norse, I think even African, I think Native American was in the recent one, just all different beasts and religious figures. They treat Satan and Lucifer and I think another one as different entities, so like they function differently, but they also throw in Gnosticism so that it's even weirder, but like
Yeah.
it's not done in a way to like I don't know, it's done with a kind of Japanese flair to say, oh, this is cool and spooky, but not to say, oh, this is evil. Like
And Corinne as well.
I don't know, they do it. It would obviously be different, I think, in a Western, if a Western developer made it, as opposed to an Eastern.
Pretty much.
I suppose cultural differences and all.
Like, I guess, and the whole thing is the conflict between law and chaos, and that neither side is good, because law is good in that it protects everybody, but you lose individuality and it gets stale. But chaos has the individuality, but it often results in strong subjugating the weak, and obviously Lucifer represents chaos, and then the angelic forces represent law, and then there's neutral where it's humanists, I want to rule whatever, and it all clashes with different. It's such a, I don't know, I've never gotten involved in the mainline ones, so I wouldn't know, because Persona takes a kind of different route,
Yeah.
and just
What
Persona's
yeah,
just
wouldn't
about
you say that? Wouldn't you say the contrast to chaos would be order rather than law?
they call it it's called law. To them, at least, it's the law path. There's mistranslations too, like the different things that
I would
you
say
can
that-
summon and stuff are called demons, but I think that's a mistranslation from the Japanese where they're just called supernatural entities. But
Entities.
what sounds easier to sell, supernatural entity summoner or devil summoner or demon summoner. It sounds edgier and darker, and I guess more people want to say, oh, that's eye catching, as opposed to just ghost summoner. Like, I don't know, it sounds like a, I don't know, B-grade anime from like 1998.
I guess the other part we should mention, I was gonna say there's... Yeah, sorry, yeah, there's some weird part about Persona, especially the penis summon.
That
Oh,
one,
what?
that one.
Yeah!
What?
That's a real thing!
Let me explain that. It's because it's an entity called Mara, and in
The
Buddhist
goddess of
mythology,
love, right? Yeah.
Mara sent his or her daughters, whatever, to seduce Buddha to, get involved with lust, but obviously that didn't happen. So what do you think a deity of lust is going to look like? And that's, yeah.
Hold on,
It's-
I'll get a link.
Oh.
That way he can see Mara, because, yeah, Mara's, it's in chat, by the way, have fun. Sorry. We probably got super distracted during a cutscene, didn't we? To be fair, we've pretty much seen what that has to offer 4 times, 5 times? Basically, we've been through a bunch of summons before, so... We know what it's like. No, this part I don't like. To pray is to talk to the... No! Praying is not that! No! No!
What do they say?
What?
Praying is talking to
To the goddess inside yourself. It's like, no!
Well, this person's saying they're praying to Korin, so they're praying to the dead. Actually, that's praying to, not for. So I guess that's a bit different.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, unless they're praying to them to have them intercede. I don't know.
So what they're saying? They're saying that when you pray, you're praying to the
Yourself.
inside.
You're pretty much praying to yourself, unfortunately.
You're the real God. We're
Yeah.
all something.
Something edgy. Something...
I would say that this was edgy, though. That's the thing, is that when you're
about one
edgy,
thing
isn't the
too.
definition of being edgy like you intend to cause?
Yeah, I don't think
You know,
it's being edgy. I think it's more Fedora tip-ish.
Yeah, yeah.
It's about one Fedora tip away from a Chris, whatever his face is. Whatever.
The guy we talked about in episode 20, you mean, right?
I think so. It's not. I mean, Chris Hitchens is an atheist, but I mean, whatever the other one is, the infamous one, Richard Dawkins. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
It's about one. It's one Fedora tip away
okay.
from a Richard Dawkins article.
Yeah, sorry, I was thinking Richard Dawkins. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I know who it is, and we said he was hiding behind a bookshelf. No, we got stuck.
Here, let me explain to you why I think religion's a fraud, and I'm smarter than you.
Yeah, pretty much. What I heard was pretty much the reason he stopped. He used to be Anglican, from what I understand. And basically, when he was a kid, he pretty much found religion and science can't work together. Even though a lot of the big discoveries have been by Catholic or Christian scientists. But it can't work together. That's not okay.
Maybe if he was a Catholic and actually did his research.
I know, right?
Actually aligned with the church that it actually, contrary to popular mainstream opinion, has supported a lot of science for hundreds, if not thousands of years.
But my Galileo.
The funny thing was, poor Galileo being under house arrest in the Vatican apartments with a beautiful view.
And
I say again, house
Hardly.
arrest.
and having
it's
and
hard-
pretty much
House
having,
arrest now.
having
Yeah,
whatever
sorry,
he
go ahead.
wanted. No, I was gonna say the fact also that the Pope pretty much said, "All right, you can teach what you're proposing here, as long as you happen to add this hasn't been proven yet." So
Oh yeah, that was the big problem wasn't, it was scientifically wrong, which at the time it was still considered by even secular scientists. It was
by the way,
considered wrong.
it's still technically wrong. He was right that we do revolve around the sun, but his theory was wrong because he thought it involved the tides. Anyways.
Oh yeah, because it ended up being Copernicus, who I think was a Catholic as well, that advocated heliocentrism. But yeah, his big thing was going against the Pope. That's the only reason why he was in trouble, is because he said, "No, I don't care, Pope."
Because it's like he and the Pope actually.
If it's that time in history, and the Pope tells you to do something, you're not gonna say no. Like, dude, all I did was say we don't sponsor this.
Right.
He's not telling you to cut off your right hand and say, like, swear a blood oath.
Right.
Aragon. The scene in Aragon.
I mean, I was gonna say the other part is, like in his notes, he said, because I think you know this, John. Michael might know this. He also referred to the Pope as a dick in his notes, so that kind of didn't win him any points either. So it's like you kind of are, making everything go against you instead of for you. I don't think it's... Go ahead.
And yet, we're going to idolize the Vikings, who spent most of their time destroying the manuscripts that were trying to preserve knowledge.
Right?
These guys who looted and pillaged were so awesome, destroying and desecrating so much knowledge.
I still love that one 4chan post.
I know. I spend my entire life trying to get manuscripts, and I'm still told that if only religion didn't exist, we'd be so much more advanced.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was talking about, I'm not gonna bring up my coworker's name, but we were talking about this briefly. How somebody actually, I have found somebody that actually takes ancient aliens as a serious topic.
They believe that, they believe things such as, I don't know, you've probably seen the ones where they said, oh, well, there's this golden disc in the sky and an image of the Virgin Mary. Could it be a UFO? But no, this guy did it. He debunked all of ancient aliens, and the Christian section was good because it gave me some good counter arguments. And he's basically the golden disc.
Still need to watch.
Fissures in the sky, which depict openings where angels will be present. And he said it's no surprise that every time you see them, you see a shepherd and a dog looking at them, which is what were there when the angels announced Christ's birth. Right. Why? Because it's a fissure in the sky, and angels are announced, and it's almost always at the nativity that it's happening.
Right.
Or people say, oh, there's this beam coming down from the sky on the Virgin Mary during the Annunciation. Could it be a UFO? And like, no, it's obviously not. If there's also the one where there's God the Father and the Son in thrones next to each other, and the Holy Spirit in the center, and there's this big round ball, and they're holding lines that look like they're near the ball, and they say, could it be Sputnik? And like, no.
What? Hold on. Hold on.
That's actually there. They're like, could it be Sputnik? And the guy was like, no. That's the world. It's the world. And those things are denominating that the rulers of that world, they are not holding Sputnik.
Sorry, continue.
There's oh my goodness. It's just, there's so, and they're like, then they go into like when Elijah went to heaven, and his testimony is that God's throne had wheels. They're like, could that be the power source could he have actually seen a UFO? And he's like, no, the whole idea of having a wheeled throne means you're very powerful and affluent, and all this other has nothing to do with a powered spaceship or anything like that.
But my aliens.
If you watch the documentary, you'll see how much it's either half truths, like distorted truths, or outright like blatant lies. Like they said, oh, this is this, when in reality it wasn't. Like,
ow. Right.
Oh no.
By the way,
real
quickly, I find this cutscene cute because, Persea is technically like 20 years older than Genus, but everybody forgets about that, so it's like, oh, we're just going to treat you like you're 14. Oh, have fun. Yeah, see? It's like, thanks for motivating me. Appreciate it. I know we've gone over this, I actually like the Genus Persea grouping. Not many people do, though.
Yeah, I guess he's just got a weight of fears. I mean, honestly, you could base it on looks as opposed to age, because it would be different if it was like a 20-year-old, like fully grown woman, because that would actually would be curvy. But they both look like they're 8.
Right, and I was gonna say she technically has the mind of obviously a 34-year-old.
If anything, she's just smarter.
Yeah,
that's all I can think of.
Still a little weird. Won't deny that. I suppose we should explain that for Michael. Michael, I don't know if we explained that. Presea had a crystal that made her so she was basically a robot, and that she had no free will for about 20 years.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah. Presea is the one that we're playing as at the moment, by the way.
Excuse me. The plot twists keep coming, I have to say.
Yeah. To be fair, yeah, I was gonna say, you've missed a lot, unfortunately.
I mean, like, I totally understand.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, but I mean, what you were doing makes more. What was important is what I'm trying to say. So not a problem.
Honestly, it's the twists themselves were easy to put in a nutshell because it's kind of like, well, this dude's evil, and then we kind of went here, and then this person's evil, and then now we're here.
For now, there's gonna be some twists coming up about episode 50, or maybe 54.
Oh my goodness, we're still only on 35 too.
Yeah. I think we're gonna happen to hit about 68 episodes total. So we're halfway done! Woo!
Wait, you said 60? Is around the
68.
End? Wow. Yeah, we're just about halfway done then.
Yeah. I think I need to do some editing because I have some videos. But the thing is, we're pretty much at the end of the game now for where I'm at. Not for right here, but it's like I'm just gonna do a couple extra side quests, not all of them, just a few because I want to, honestly. I haven't done the extra ones, so. But I also want to do the Devil's Arm side quest just because of the name, honestly. And here we have a puzzle that takes me way too long, by the way. Again.
I'm still trying to find good mods for Skyrim that let me, actually, did we ever... How is the person that's... I think her name's Cyru. Are she still setting up a campaign of... What was the campaign she was setting up?
We could ask. Like, if you want to go ask an idle chattery.
Sorry, I don't know if it was her or Ott or somebody. Someone said they were setting up a campaign.
I could ask Sar.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but because I'm working on Skyrim at the moment. That probably wouldn't be a match for like an actual campaign of something. But I want to be the chaotic good.
Heretic Slayer. There is that text game she has going at the moment. I mean,
that may have been it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I think.
Mm-hmm. I need to.
Where is that exactly?
It's over on Reddit. Let me give you the link. I need to go ahead and set my character up. I've been meaning to for a while. I just haven't because, you know, computer dying, then tree falling on house. There you go, by the way.
Ott sent me a link to a Google Doc on the campaign world that he's working on, but he doesn't give me this stupid requesting. He has to approve a request thing. It's complicated.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's got to give me permission, but I think it's, I don't know.
No, I gotcha. By the way, I have set up for recording for when we do Final Fantasy V or streaming. I think we could start streaming. We could start streaming or if we want, we could start streaming on occasion. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know if we want to do that. Would we want to do that?
It just seems like a lot of extra work where I don't know who would show up. That's the question, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Oh wow, there's a live YouTube. I don't know if you've seen the fad recently of people having. It's like 24/7 live YouTube channels that play music.
Yeah.
Someone's playing all the Fallout radio songs.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I think people lost it when at least I did. When I heard Big Iron on His Hip come on, I was like, oh, that's my song.
For when? What?
When Big Iron on His Hip came on?
Right, I got that part. I like on the radio or what? Which part?
Oh yeah, it was on the radio station on YouTube. That and I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire. Basically, all the big popular ones came on that everyone knows the words to.
Oh, oingo boingo boingo, I don't want to leave the Congo. Oh, no.
When I heard that the first time, I think I paused the game and I was like, I used the lyrics to that because that's pretty racist. I'm like, are they seriously just making native noises or something? I'm like, what is the plot to this song? And they're like, oh well, they're not trying to be racist. They're just
Sounding like
saying how it's
they don't want
because
to
it's
leave
the
the
1940s.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly. It sounds racist. It's not.
I think it's casual 1940s racism
Yeah.
as opposed to unbridled
Casu-
Klansman racism.
casual.
I mean, it's still racism and it's bad, but it's like the 1940s. Oh, it's just a black person kind of racism.
What? We may need to touch on that.
Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's casual racism.
Yeah, I can understand what, because I can
I think I get
probably
what-
elaborate better on that front.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
cultural standards of that time were
Yeah.
It's
much
sort of
more
like
permissive and allowing this kind of
Right.
there was a lot more
Like black
ignorance
and,
too on that front too, so
Right.
it wasn't
I think I
It's
get
like
it too.
black and
I
yellow
guess
face
I guess the
film.
fact that it was called casual racism is what caught me off guard there the most.
because it's just
clearly
it's
you've
a
never-
fact of life in that time.
clearly you've never been
Yes.
around soldiers or. Clearly, you've never been around soldiers, so
No, I
there's a
haven't.
lot of casual racism. I have to say in that.
There's a lot of
situation.
way too much casual stuff with soldiers, but we can touch on that next time. We'll talk about that next time. Until then, guys, have a great week and Pax Ut Bonum.